The Boy on the Burning Ship. It was a dark and terrifying night on the Mediterranean Sea. The date was 1st August 1798. Near the coast of Egypt, a fierce battle was taking place between the British and French warships. This battle became known as the Battle of the Nile. The cannons thundered like lightning, and their flashes lit up the dark night. Iron cannonballs flew through the air, smashing wooden ships and sending splinters flying everywhere. At the center of the battle was the largest French warship, L'Orient. It was the flagship of the French fleet, carrying more than 100 cannons and hundreds of sailors. On board was an officer named Captain Casabianca, together with his young son, Gioconte, who was only 10 to 12 years old. As the battle became more intense and smoke began to fill the ship, the captain looked at his son and said, "Stay here. Do not leave this place until I return and tell you to go." The boy obeyed without question. He trusted his father completely. The captain then went down to the lower decks to lead the gunners and continue fighting the enemy. The fire begins. As minutes turned into hours, the battle went badly for the French. British warships surrounded L'Orient and fired relentlessly into its wooden sides. Suddenly, disaster struck. A burning spark or cannonball landed among oil and dry timber, starting a fierce fire. Because the ship had been at sea for a long time, its wooden structure was extremely dry, allowing the flames to spread rapidly. Thick black smoke filled the ship, and the heat became unbearable. The sailors panicked. Many abandoned their weapons and ran for their lives. Some climbed into small boats, while others jumped directly into the sea to escape the flames. But in the middle of all the chaos, one person did not move. Gioconte remained standing exactly where his father had left him. The fire was drawing closer. The heat made it difficult to breathe, and smoke blackened his face and hair. Although he was terrified, he remembered his father's command, "Do not leave until I tell you." So he waited for his father to return, waiting for a voice that never came. The flames grew higher, climbing the ship's tall masts. The wooden deck beneath the boy's feet began to burn. Gioconte turned toward the dark stairway where his father had disappeared and called loudly, "Father, is my task finished?" He listened carefully, but the only sounds he heard were the booming cannons and the roaring fire. He did not know that his father had already died in the battle below. Some fleeing sailors saw the boy and shouted, "Run! Escape! Jump into the sea before it's too late." But Gioconte shook his head. He refused to leave. He believed his father would return to give him permission. Once more he cried out, "Father, please answer me. May I leave now?" Only silence answered him. The final moment. The fire spread across the sails and masts, turning L'Orient into a giant torch in the middle of the dark sea. Gioconte still stood at his post, waiting for his father's command. At about 10 p.m., the flames reached the ship's gunpowder magazine. In a single instant, a blinding flash lit up the entire sea, followed by a tremendous explosion. L'Orient exploded into countless pieces. Burning wood, twisted iron, and broken ropes were hurled high into the sky before falling into the sea. Within seconds, the great ship, its crew, and young Gioconte were gone. When the smoke cleared and the sea became calm again, nothing remained except pieces of floating wood. Yet the story of that brave boy, who loved his father so deeply and obeyed his command even in the face of certain death, has never been forgotten.